Zo Bellamy, aka Zo The Barber561. If you're checking out YouTube, Zo The Barber561. Instagram is @favor_ain't_fair. Should be on the screen somewhere. Go ahead, follow me, man. Check out some of my work. But today I'm here at the House and County Career Academy, getting ready to do a little tutorial of a drop fade. So, I mean, I just want to, it's not going to be anything complicated. Just want to show you guys some of my technique that I use when I'm fading. So, let's go. A lot of people have me be curly, may roll up a little bit. And if you go over it with the clippers, you might cut a chunk of the hair. So, and it'll make it look spacey. It'll leave like little patches in there. And it won't really be a defined fade. So, I just comb it out. Make sure everything's smooth. You go in and you set your first guideline. You said you want his low, so I usually go like a little bit above the earlobe. I mean, a little bit above the top of the ear. And I'm going real low because, I mean, when you're fading, you want to leave yourself as much room as possible. Because once you start fading, you can't put the hair back. So you can leave yourself a little, I leave myself a little extra room so I can really see the fade when I'm fading up. But I go in and set that first guideline. Now this is Andy's master. This is a good clipper. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but it's a good clipper to start with because it got the notches. So when you fade, it's actual notches that you can set it in. It lets you get used to when you start using clippers with these, you'll still be used to what to move the trigger to while you're fading, playing with that trigger while you're getting out those bottom lines. You don't have to dig. Like if you just set the clippers flat on the head, sometimes I just let my finger rest right there, so it'll show me like if I'm pushing too hard or like that's like my little guideline finger. That's what I use. You don't have to, but that's what I do to make sure I'm just not digging in the client's head, because you can irritate the skin easy. You could just make the client uncomfortable. I get a lot of clients that fall asleep in my chair. They be like, man, you touching me with the clipper, but I really can't feel it. So I mean, it play a lot into keeping clientele coming back to you. People want to be comfortable. They don't want to be flinching, thinking you finna nick their ear and stuff. So you got to try to be real careful because the clip is sharp. Not really timing yourself, making sure you're getting a certain amount of cuts done within a time limit. It can make you go home at the end of the day with 150 when you could have really had about 350. So just learning how to execute those cuts, and that's all about finding you a system. Get you a method that you're good at. You can fade down or you can fade up. Me personally, I like fading up, because when you fade down, either way you still might have to go back in and tweak stuff at the end. But I like to fade up. I like to sit down and watch the fade just come together. Y'all got any questions about anything, just about being a barber, period, anything, question about what I'm doing. I'm closing that zero guard now. You know, getting ready to blend in that bottom guideline that's there now after you come up with the zero. And then from here, I mean, his hair is not that long. Usually, when I'm cutting or fading up into a lot of hair, you gotta knock that bulk down. Because if you don't knock the bulk down, the top of your fade it's not gonna transition smooth. But his hair is not too long, so I'll probably just grab a one and probably just comb it out a little bit and knock it down evenly. So when I make my last guideline, everything will be set in place for the fade to come together. You gotta look at the whole canvas that you're working on. You can't just zoom in on one part because it's gonna be hard to make everything look like that one part. So you gotta cut the whole head at one time. You're doing something on this side. I mean, some people may like to just sit there and cut one whole side at a time, but if you're doing something to this side, there's nothing wrong with just going back to the other side, doing the same, repeating the same steps. And you'll find your haircuts coming out a lot smoother, man. And you'll save yourself from doing a lot of work at the end. If you just sit back every now and then, take a look at it. Use your mirrors, take a look at what you're doing. Right here, I'm just doing the lining, man. When you're doing your lining, number one, nobody don't want to be pushed back. But at the same time, every time you do a lining, it's kind of a pushback, but it's not an excessive pushback. You just have to look at your client's forehead. Me, I start from the middle. I get them to straighten up their head, and I look. Because one thing I realized just by cutting hair, if you just look, the hair cut will show itself to you. The head gonna show you how I want to be cut. Like you can just sit there and look at it. Okay, I can tell if I do it. The head gonna show you exactly how I need to be cut. So if you just take your time and start from the middle and make sure you go from that middle on a straight line in each direction, you'll get it. It's like make your landmarks when you're coming down on your side lines. You want to make your landmark the side of the eyebrow. Now you might have some clients whose hair grow in a lot like that, but I mean when you get the different heads, it comes by cutting different types of heads, man. You'll be able to see the different things that you need to do to adjust the way you're cutting your client's hair. But for the most part, they're gonna tell you that their guideline is the side of that eyebrow coming down from the side. But like I said, I start from the middle and then I work my way to each side, just making sure that thing is straight as possible. And it's clockwork. You can give somebody a crispy lining, man. Oh boy! If you can see some of the clients' faces when they look in that mirror and that lining crispy, man, listen here, they be ready to give you everything in their pocket because everybody want to look good.
Tell her how that happened. How what happened? That tape. Tell her how that happened. That's when her tape got pushed back, bro.
How your tape got pushed back, man?
Hey, it wasn't my decision though.
I got these liners right here modified. I got my blade.
So you keep telling what you tell me. She did it right here.
Okay.
This young lady is responsible for the owner of the stuff.
Okay.
She threw it out there on the table.
And you see the lining straight across. Everything even. This just a little bit of detail work. You know the small hairs that stick over an edge, like, and it'll mess a sharp lining up. So I kind of just go in with my scissors. Some people use razors, but I go in with my scissors.
I noticed you don't really use razors.
I use them though, but I charge when I use them. So I know some people just don't want razors on their skin, so I just go in with my scissors.
Like 5?
Kind of just.